안녕하세요, 여러분. Hello, everyone. In this video, we're gonna learn about a word regarding 배꼽. 배꼽 is a belly button. It almost sounds like hiccup in English, right? 배꼽, belly button. Here's another very important word, 인사. 인사. 인사 is a noun. If you add 하다 at the end, it will make a verb. 인사하다. 인사하다. That means to greet or to vow. So today's lesson is about 배꼽 인사. 배꼽 인사. It sounds like 배꼽 인사 altogether. Please note the 비읍 받침 sound floats into the empty 이응 place to make the sound 배꼽 인사. Greeting is such an important part of Korean culture. People in Korea teach their children how to bow and greet elders even before they start walking or talking. This is a performer who's being very polite at the end of his stage. Before we continue talking about 배꼽 인사, I'd like to introduce this word, file folder. In Korean language, there's no F sound, so they change F to P. 파일 폴더, 파일 폴더. This is one pocket file folder. This is two pocket file folder. Speaking about file folder, I just remembered one episode that I had long time ago. When my first child had to go to elementary school, there was a list of things that we needed to bring to school. And one of the items was file folder with prong. And I had no idea what prong was at the time, so I looked it up. Prong. And the dictionary said this was a prong, but then still I had no idea what that was, what I needed to prepare for the school. Of course, I had to ask someone. Figured out file folder with prong looked like this. There's also another kind of file folder with bread. So I looked it up from the dictionary. Bread. This is bread. This is bread. So it was easy to figure out. File folder with bread. And speaking about file folder, let's see another expression. With fastener, looks like this. With end tab, looks like this. But after a long time living here, I figured and learned that all these prong, bread, end tab, they are all considered as a fastener. Returning back to our topic, 배꼽 인사, look at this picture. If you look at left side, there's an adult who's bowing 90 degrees, doing 배꼽 인사. And if you see the right side, there's a boy who's bowing really low, a lot lower than 90 degrees, right? In these days, Koreans like to distinguish such greeting, bowing, by calling 폴더 인사, 폴더 인사. So this can be another good example of 폴더 인사. I think 폴더 인사 is something very recent. Traditionally, look at this picture. These are considered very polite 인사. Speaking of traditional way of 인사, I'd like to introduce the right kind of 인사. when you do 배꼽 인사 or any kind of insa, there's traditional way of putting your hands, hand position. For normal position, meaning except funeral, all the other occasions, for women, 여자, right hand goes up. And for 남자, for men, 왼손, left hand goes up. You can see the left hand side picture as an example. But for funeral, you switch the hand position. For 여자, for woman, 왼손 goes up, left hand up for funeral. And for 남자, for man, 오른손, right hand goes up for the funeral. These are the right way of doing insa, but to speak frankly, many Korean people, younger generation people especially, they don't follow these rules strictly. But some adults, they uh, they regard this very important and depends on the family too. It's good to know how to be polite in the right way in Korean culture, right? Hopefully, you will remember this mm, sometime in the future. I hope you found this video and lesson interesting and helpful.